artist, I am a beauty entrepreneur, and I'm so thankful for all of you and for supporting me. It's really late right now, but I've been working on some stuff for my business. So you guys asked me, how did I get into makeup? Why did I get into makeup? All these type of questions. And I'm just gonna answer this first part right now. I hope I'm looking the right way. But anyways, so I'm gonna start from childhood because I think that's very important. The way you grew up actually affects what you want to do later on in life. As a child, I was very creative. I loved art. That was the biggest thing in my life. I also used to do like these I used to do these mini like little fashion shows. What else did I like? I liked playing with my dolls, typical stuff. But I was really into art, so I liked drawing. Drawing was the biggest area of art I was into, other than fashion, I would say. And then it was like when I started getting like paints, the water paints that little kids have. I would dye all my dolls' hair. Like I would dye their hair, braid their hair. I was doing all this stuff. And my mom could really tell that I was very creative. I was also really into being very, dramatic. That's my personality. I'm a very dramatic person. And I really liked acting. I want to be an actress. And some people have told me that I'm very good at memorizing lines, and when I speak, like I sound really into I get really into character. I loved it. But along the way, when I was transforming, maybe more like middle school, I don't know really where, but part of my childhood, things were going on, and I ended up stopped drawing, after a while. But I got really interested into hair. That was the first area of cosmetics that I was interested in. And I didn't really know that my grandmother was a cosmetologist. It was not something we really discussed. Like my mom didn't really talk about it too much. But I knew that my mom wasn't a makeup person, but she loved having her nails done. She had tons of nail polish. My mom was also very natural with her hair as well. So she just liked to do style. She did a lot of styles on me. I grew up like that. It was all natural really. And I didn't really grow up in like a glamorous home. Also, we didn't have a lot of money, so it was nothing like that. But I got really into hairstyling, and I'd even do my mom's hair. I'd do a nice braid for her, and she'd wear it to work. It was like, this is in middle school, so she was allowing me to do that stuff. And then after hair, it kind of died down with me, and then I really got into nails. Nails was the beginning of my art form starting to change, and it kind of fast forward, you're gonna hear about like into makeup, but nails was an area that was heavily influenced my love for cosmetics. And I used to do these little styles and everything like that. I hope you guys can hear me. But anyways, I used to do these styles and everything, and that started, I would say in elementary and middle school, I was doing little styles on the nails, and people would notice it, and people would be like, oh wow, and even my mom noticed it too. I was really good at, I wasn't really watching like anyone do videos, I was more just looking at pictures, and I was able to mimic. So because I was good at being an artist, I could draw and stuff like that. I was able, even taking colors, I was able at doing little designs. I would just take stuff in my house. I was using stuff like, what's it called? Like a bobby pin, a toothpick. I was using all these things. I didn't have like a whole nail set, so I was just using what I had. My mom had a bunch of nail polishes, so I was like, why not? Like, this is my brain, how it works. I was very creative. And my mom was very impressed. And you know what? I was a little bit of a hustler, I ain't gonna lie. My mom used to pay me to do her nails. My mom did pay me. I did her nails like probably sometimes. I do her hands, I do her feet. She would pay me here and there, not all the time. That was a little thing that I did, and I was like really like, okay, well, I'm good at this. I believe I continued nails until high school. Like that's how much I liked it. But I didn't do it as like a service to anybody. It was just myself and my mom. After that, when I was in middle school, I started to also try out makeup. That was an area. I didn't wear makeup to school, but in my grade 8 graduation photo, I did wear a little bit of makeup. So behind the scenes at home, I was practicing with makeup. And like I said, I was self-taught. Like I wasn't watching videos, tutorials. I didn't have, if I had a Naomi when I was younger, if I knew or I could afford like having a phone and stuff like that, I would have probably been like more up with makeup and all this stuff, but I didn't have that. So me being self-taught was just me experimenting. That's what really started it. And also, like I said, in my bloodline, in my family, I do have other makeup artists and other women who are into cosmetology in my family. So after that, I got really into makeup, and I believe also in my middle school yearbook, I wrote that I either want to be like a nail tech, a makeup artist. I knew I wanted to have some kind of field in cosmetics. It was starting to really grow on me, and I had realized how passionate I was, even at a young age. Then fast forward to high school. High school is literally when the whole makeup thing with me was really starting to come to the forefront. I would say probably grade 10 or 11. I know definitely grade 12 and all that stuff. I was absolutely probably wearing makeup to school. I had my matte liquid lipsticks. I wasn't doing my eyebrows at first, but then I started to conceal it, and people would notice. People would always compliment me. Like, that's when I was getting compliments. It was the nails, but then it was also my makeup. I'll do some of my lips. I'll do something with my eyebrows. Everybody was just coming in like, oh, I like this, I like that. And I started to realize how good I was. That's also when I started my Instagram page when I was about 17. So I was in probably grade 11. I started my Instagram page, and that was the beginning of something new, because at that point I was really just the MUE. I was really just interested in makeup, trying out products. I didn't consider myself a self-taught makeup artist until I got more, like I said, to the end of high school. That's when I was more self-taught makeup artist, because then I was starting to make a decision, like, where was I gonna go? Was I going to go to college? Oh my gosh, it's making noise. Was I gonna go to college? Like, what was I gonna do? Like, that's when I got to that point. And I just had to figure out really what I wanted. So my mom had said to me, I don't know if that's really like a career path, it's probably like a hobby, you know. It's not she was not supporting me, it was just that she wanted me to make sure that I knew where I was going. And I was kind of into nursing. That was another thing. Like, throughout my life, I had other areas. Like, I wanted to do teaching, I wanted to be a nurse. I was really kind of fascinated in the medical field. I did volunteering, and co-op was a great area for me to actually see what I liked. And I ended up going to retail. Retail is another area where you can kind of experience firsthand with working with people. Like, are you a people person? And I'll admit, I'm an ambivert, but I got used to dealing with people, whatever. And yeah, so then I decided when I picked my college that I was going to be applying to esthetician courses. I applied to cosmetic courses and things like that. And when I had received the email saying that they accepted me, I actually did get accepted to esthetician and cosmetology. Obviously, I chose cosmetology, but in my cosmetology course, it was doing like business, makeup. It was still dealing with skincare. I was learning the works. It didn't really matter to me. But yeah, that's when I was kind of like, okay, I already have my page. I'm going to go to college and learn these things. I was really taking myself seriously. And I would just do, when I started my page, I was just doing only like, what's it called, like recreation looks or something like that. I would do my own makeup, but then some of my stuff was like recreation. But throughout that period of time, I would say in between even going into college, I think that's where I started to push myself to start to do my own thing. And the reason why I'm saying that, like I said before, I've always been, since childhood, very creative person. I've always been an artist. So I just realized that I didn't want to do what other people were doing. Even if I was seeing tutorials, and by this time I had a phone, so even if I was seeing tutorials, stuff like that, I realized I didn't really want to focus on what someone else was doing. What could Naomi do? That's what I was thinking to myself. At that point, I decided that I was going to go on my own little new path, and that's exactly what I did, which was really fun. Kind of scary a little bit, because I didn't know how people would take it. Like, I didn't mention this, but when I first started my page, nobody was really following me. Like, people would always tell me that in my makeup, but nobody was really following me on Instagram. So I was kind of like, okay. Like, everyone's on my main account, but nobody was on my beauty account. And as time went on, my beauty account grew, and I got to do stuff like Sephora Squad. I ended up working at Sephora. All these things in my life during college were changing. I ended up starting my business in, when was it, 2019? Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting. 2019. I got a lot of clients, and yeah, I started working at Sephora. I was in college still. I was still pushing myself to do better and bigger things. And then, yeah, after that, I was really just mostly doing makeup. That was my services. And that's what led me to really being passionate. And in college, like I said, it was an area for me to really expand. For college, I will openly admit, my mind was kind of like business or makeup. But throughout college, I had realized that, you know what? Makeup really has such a big area, because you're in cosmetics. You can be doing business and makeup. You can be doing skincare and makeup. You can do hairstyling, you can do into fashion, you can be somebody who's like in all the areas. That's what really had pushed me to move forward and to really decide, like, what did I want to do? And I knew I wanted to be a beauty entrepreneur. I always knew I wanted to have my own cosmetic line. I wanted to do all these things. And now we're in 2020, and I ended up graduating, and now I'm working more things for my business, like cosmetics line, my services. I want to do more skincare. A lot of people have reached out to me, and when my page was growing, that was a great area, because I always said I never wanted to be an influencer, and I just meant as somebody to be, I don't want to be somebody to come off fake. I am a real person. I want my followers to know me as in, you know, best of my abilities. So I just wanted to make sure that if I was a beauty influencer, at least I was like, somebody who's real, people can connect with me, you know? But that's how I got into makeup. You guys were asking me. Someone asked me, did anything like culturally, did that I would say later on in makeup, like recently. If you check my carnival looks, I have like a Caribbean background. You guys know Jamaican, Trinidadian, blah, 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 blah. Let me stop. But anyways, kind of like that. That happened later on. But when I had found out that my grandmother was a cosmetologist, my mom used to talk about like, yeah, she did. My mom was telling me, she's like, yeah, she did hair. And a lot of you guys may not know this or not, but my grandmother just passed away this year when I was literally just about to graduate, and that was really hard for me. That was extremely hard for me because, you know, family's family. Even if everybody's not too close or whatever, family's family. And my mom would tell my grandmother about, you know, Naomi's taking, because my grandmother went to college as well to do her cosmetology, and my mom was telling my grandmother like, oh yeah, she's in college, she's doing this, she's gonna get her stuff, she's doing so good. My mom was like, yeah, Naomi's or all in this stuff, she's really like you. But like me and my grandmother, like my mom always says like I would have been like the daughter she really would have wanted, you know, just as in terms of being really into cosmetics. And when she passed on and I had graduated, I was really saddened, and I got a lot of her stuff to look at from her. I saw her certificate of her cosmetology stuff, and it was definitely bittersweet. And I'm not gonna come on here and cry or nothing like that, but it was definitely bittersweet, and it was completely terrible. But I'm a makeup artist because I want to show people my work. I want to make people feel good. I want people to feel empowered when they're with me. And that's what really pushed me to kind of going online, because I've always had a good relationship with people in person. So, you know, even though she had passed on, my grandmother had passed on, she never saw these things. When I have other people who send me really good messages about my page, my work, my personality. I've had people who know me, who never said anything to me in person, but who just see my page and be like, wow, I'm so impressed with like what you're doing. That is good to me. That is good to me. And that is really touches me. Also, I want to say, somebody asked me, what else someone asked me? What advice would you give to another makeup artist? I believe something like that. I would say to any other makeup artist, you're thinking about getting into makeup, or you just somebody who wants to know how to get certified, all those things. I have to do my college videos. I'm so behind. I didn't do my college videos yet. But if you're thinking about going into a career path that you're really passionate about, like you have to make that decision, like you know you're going to want this, I'm gonna tell you this. Write down all the things that make you happy. Write down everything that you want to be later on in life. Write down why you want to do it. And then push yourself towards that goal. Because that's what I had to do. I had to really make my mother even realize, other people around me realize, like, yeah, I'm going for this. Because so much people were kind of giving me a little bit of negativity, I will admit, through this whole makeup thing. And it wasn't like bad, but it was mostly like them trying to say like, oh, that's not really like a real job, But anyways, they were just trying to say all this stuff, and it's like after a while, let me tell you something. It's blase. People might not like that, but that's really what it is. And the thing about me is, I may be rude or nothing, but the thing about me is it goes in one ear and out the other. You might think I'm listening to you, but I'm actually a selective hearer. And the thing about me is I can look you in and go like, okay, yeah, but I might not be listening to you because I'm thinking of a new way that I could evolve, do what I do. And a lot of you, when you see my work, it reflects everything that's going through here. I can't really explain it. People think like, you know, do you draw outlooks? It's more in here for me. I will admit, like I stopped drawing, like my art, that's what I mean, like my art group had changed. It used to be me doing this, then it went onto my face, it was on my nails, it went onto my face, and now it's just up here. And whatever I'm thinking in here, I try to get it out there to you guys. So I hope that was helpful, and I hope that answered some of the questions that I was getting. You guys were mostly asking about, you know, how do you get into makeup, or why did I get into makeup? It was more because I was already an artist. And I'm also very photogenic. I've always loved, from a young age, I've loved the camera. I've loved photos. So that's not hard for me to do talking or whatever. Yeah, I've just always been that type of person. But I hope this was helpful. I look so messed up. I was planning to do this video when I was looking glammed up. I was planning to talk about my business, all this stuff. But you know what? This is raw and this is uncut, so I don't care. I'm just gonna say it like it is, because I feel like if this can help somebody else who also was interested in makeup, or somebody who's struggling with finding out what they want to do, or they're scared to push themselves, don't be. Because if I was scared and I had listened to everything everybody else had to say about my life, then I would have never actually went into makeup. And I would never have had this Instagram account, and I would never be showing people nothing. I'd be like, I'm gonna keep it to myself. And that's okay too, but you know what? People have learned from me. And when people ask me to do certain content, I try my best to put it out, and I love teaching people, and I love learning too. And I've learned a lot from other makeup artists. I've learned even things from working with some employees at Sephora too. I've learned some things from when I was at school. I had learned some things from my teachers I had never thought about. When I look up other makeup artists and see their art form, the way they do their work, I've learned things from them too. I don't think there's anything wrong if you're self-taught. I started off self-taught. I didn't start off with any schooling, nothing like that, until I went to college. That's where I got certified. But if you are self-taught, you are still important. You can still do your work. There's nothing that will separate you, only in terms of having degrees, your license, stuff like that. That separates you. But being a person who's talented and being an artist is one completely thing in yourself. Nobody can make you be an artist, and nobody can make you be creative, because everybody's different. And I think that's another question I got, like, can you be different in the field, or how do you see yourself? I see myself as a complete different artist than other people, and I'm okay with that. I don't like when people try to say, like, oh, makeup artists, like, this one thing about me, because I'm creative too, but my creative form is very different than other makeup artists. And I don't like when people try to say, oh, to be a makeup artist, you have to be an artist, you have to be drawing, you have to be creative. That's not true. You are a makeup artist. Yes, you are an artist, but you work on people, right? Anyways, do work with people. Beauty influencers do work on themselves, and they kind of talk about products, you see them towards the world. Then you have the MUE, so there's somebody who's enthusiastic about makeup, right? Enthusiasts, you talk about makeup, review makeup, you can do all that stuff. Self-taught makeup artists are somebody who, like me, started off in the beginning, and you're just on your own. You're learning on your own. There's so much videos out here now that can help young people, or any point in life, honestly, if you want to be into makeup. Some people I know do makeup on the side. There's so much areas of cosmetics in this beauty industry that you can be in. You can be in hair, makeup, nails, the lashes. You got even fashion's another area right beside us. Anything you want to do. You can be in skincare as well. Do not limit yourself. Do not limit yourself at all. I hope this was helpful. I talk a lot. I've said too much. I don't know. Me. I'm gonna get into anything else about me. I'm based in, Canada. I'm a Canadiano. Canadiano.